Everybody thinks that feminism is very overdone, but not me. So my poem is called Not All Men. Alright? Yeah. Not all men are that way. Your defensive voice carries the 6 words, first 3 always exactly the same, while the last 3 modified with context to my 2 tired ears. For you, I'm just a Tumblr feminist, indulging in my victimization and delving in my most favorite pastime of all, hating men. Not all men. The words bounce off my skull as I take a stroll down my memory lane, another day of April. I stood clenching my ex's shirt with all my might, struggling to hold on, for it was midnight as he called me a bitch and kicked me right outside. I don't have a place to sleep. My voice cracked as it reached its peak, just as the teakwood door slammed shut in farewell. I don't care, get raped or die, I don't care. I only heard a distant retort as footsteps retreated away from my pleas, not all men. The tyrannical triplet echoes within my grey, same day, 10 minutes flown by. I stood facing the deserted streets with elements I'd rather leave unnamed. He was drunk. I prayed for the damp walls to consume me to safety as I slinked forward, preferring an abrupt end to what his intoxicated mind wanted to subject me to. He staggered closer and closer, exuding the stench of unwashed clothes and cheap alcohol, as I stood rooted that eerie night with my bare thighs not helping the matter and my limp limbs too frozen to fight. It all seemed to take place in a flash excruciatingly slow before my legs finally found the sense to go make a run for it. The next day, I tried keeping my pleasant disposition up, but the giant bite mark right below my chin and the crescent-shaped claw impressions encircling my neck said much more than my words ever could. Mainstream media tells me it wasn't my fault, and my college counselor confirms as well. But I have pledged never to step out after 9 again. That might make me a coward, but at least it wouldn't make me dead. Not all men. Your exasperated syllables offer me no solace as I recollect the second half of 12th grade. He was older than my father, and he stalked me for 6 whole months just because everyone from my driver to my principal simply assumed that by wearing a skirt with its hem above my knees, I was asking for it. I recollect the sprint I used to undertake every single day, desperate to reach the confines of my car without getting groped on the way. I recollect how he would never follow me if I had a guy friend around, because he respected his gender much more than he could ever respect my consent. I recollect my best friend shrugging his shoulders and pointing out indifferently. Not like he raped you or anything. Can you chill? Not all men, the words pelt at my flesh, turning it into angry red welts. His bitterness rings in my ears after about 3 long years, 11th standard. We had just broken up. I was home alone, sunk on the stone floor, crying into my dog's fur as he shouted over the phone. Rape threats and abuses fell from his mouth in a free flow as my stoic facade collapsed further and further with every single blow. Not all men, you keep repeating. And I agree. I agree that not all men are potential rapists ready to beat me black and blue. No, those savages are probably only a few. But even if every single one of you might not be a threat to my existence, enough of you are for it to be an issue. Thank you.